I'm having one time with Monte The Pharaoh, and I'm going to put him in the crossface again, and he's going to go down right now. Yeah.
Man, was I great!
I was great, Velvet! Oh, yeah, you love this, don't you? I'm the best!
Velvet, get the condoms!
What?
What?
All right, welcome to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monte The Pharaoh, seen here every Thursday from 9 to 10 p.m. Filmed directly out of indie music, TV, straight out of Long Island, New York.
One of the roughest, days of, you look back on your youth and there's so many great days. You think about all the fun you had when you were a kid and stuff. Well, that was one horrible day for this kid. I still remember, I think I was watching Monday Night Football, if I'm not mistaken, and I heard Howard say it, Howard Cosell, and I thought I was hearing things. I said, there's no way he just mentioned this. I was like, it can't be. And my
It just gave me chills, by the way.
Me too.
I remember.
Me too.
I rember that moment, too, because I was in bed.
Okay.
And my father was watching Monday night, so their room was across. They had the door open. I'm asleep. Not sleep. I'm just sitting there in the dark, whatever I'm doing. Sure. And I hear it on Monday Night Football. So go ahead. Explain that moment.
So now my father, and I've said before on the show, my father turned me on to the Beatles when I was 3 years old. There was a major connection between me and my dad, was enjoying Beatles music together. So, of course, there's a little knock on my door as soon as I heard that. And the second I heard my father's knuckles hit that door, I said, I didn't hear this by accident. My father's about to confirm this. And I opened the door, and we were just broken up. We were broken up. We had lost our favorite musician. The Beatles are my favorite band, and John was my personal favorite Beatle, and to this day influences me in my thinking, in my songwriting, in my attitude, which is the small portion of me. You can thank John for that. John was a very smart.
By the way, Phil says Morrison's birthday, Lennon's murder day.
Correct. And by the way, that is my other favorite musician. So my two favorites in the whole world are Jim Morrison and John Lennon. So I've always found that to be very bizarre, that one was the birth and the other was the death. So,
interesting enough, though,
strange.
I think you should share with the people watching that you felt, and please elaborate, that if Lennon had lived a longer life, he may not have been as admired.
Because of and what I mean by that is because we all know that John Lennon was very, very much politically active as far as his opinion. I do think that John Lennon, if he had maintained the course that I feel John Lennon was politically, he was very much a liberal. And again, there is nothing wrong with being either way. It all depends on your degree of which way you go with it. I wonder if
Was
John...
he a citizen of this country, though?
Yes.
He was?
Yes, John made sure he became a citizen of this country. Yes.
I did not know that.
John loved America. He did. He loved New York. That's why he lived there.
Phil says, I saw it in the morning paper and heard it on the radio as my mother was having toast and coffee.
Yeah, I do wonder if a John Lennon had lived today, what he would have had to say about a lot of things. And I'm not so sure I would have agreed with all of them. He was a very, very, very radical liberal. So who knows? I don't like a radical on either side, to tell you the truth. And I don't want to make this about politics, so I'll make that quick.
How about his music, though?
His music was fantastic. I did not mind I loved how he spoke through his music. Even
on in the later years? I mean, look.
Yes. But what I've always felt, though, is the words in Imagine, as gorgeous as they are and how much, they're beautiful and they resonate, I don't think the world could ever be that. I mean, it's so optimistic and it's so wonderful, the things that he hoped for in that. But a world without no religion, I can't see it.
There's two things I will trigger me.
Okay.
One is when you talk poorly about Jesus Christ.
Okay, that's a problem with you.
And then in the wrestling universe, it's when you try to make excuses for Chris Benoit. So I'm going to read your comments. And then we're going to retort.
Who said this? This is somebody...
PJ Taints, very good guy.
Yeah, what's going on here? What do you got?
Maybe Benoit didn't do it.
Oh, no.
Maybe he got home and found them gone and only did himself. maybe it was someone else.
No.
You want to weigh in?
No, it wasn't. We got to stop with this already. You know how many wrestlers we've had in here, and they all privately say the same thing. They can't get over the fact that this guy did what he did. Stop making excuses. The guy flipped out, and I really don't know what it did. Was it that made him flip out? But he flipped out, and he did what he did. So stop it.
He murdered
his
wife.
You got to stop. He put
murdered
Bibles
his
next to them.
child.
Man, you got to stop.
This whole nonsense is that he
stop.
called
Stop it.
Chavo
Stop.
and
Just stop.
this and that. The guy premeditated the murder of his family. And you know why he killed himself, PJ? Because he murdered them and he knew he was going to go to jail for life.
Yes, of course. He took he did a cowardly thing and then he finished it off. He finished himself
You
off.
murdered your family.
Stop. Please stop.
You gotta separate the fake wrestler with the sicko human being.
Yeah, it would be a good idea.
And I'm sorry, PJ. That one,
it would be a good
I just
idea.
can't. I won't.
I mean, you know
let go.
that I'm always interested in Charles Manson. You think I don't think that fucker shouldn't be in jail for his entire life, rotting away the way? Of course he should have been.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if I think he's interesting or whatever the hell, or I found him an intriguing subject to study. But my God, and I don't think it's a stretch to compare Charles Manson to a guy who kills his whole family and leaves Bibles next to their bodies, especially the little child. No, I don't think it's a stretch. You know what I'm saying? I really don't.
Thank you.
So what are we talking here? Psycho means psycho.
Well, Davio says Charles Manson said the Beatles were the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Yeah, Charles Manson thought a lot of things. He thought that in the White Album they were talking to him directly, directing him to do Helter Skelter. Yeah, Charlie was real big on messages coming from the White Album.
Phil says he met Chris Benoit at an
Phil
interaction.
DeCesare?
Yes.
Phil DeCesare. What's up, Phil?
Made me feel that something was definitely way off.
You know what? Phil's a very smart guy. We've gotten the chance to speak to Phil. You know, Phil's as sharp as they come.
But he is Switzerland, so if I ask him,
it
Phil,
doesn't matter if he's Switzerland. That's his option. He's smart.
I'm going to ask him.
Smart.
Post on here, Phil. Did Chris Benoit kill his family, or did someone set him up?
Phil, don't be Switzerland. Let's have it.
Jeff Hardy was released by the WWE for refusing rehab.
You know, it's funny. I've been noticing, I guess because we've been watching Jeff Hardy. I know I've been watching Jeff Hardy since the late 90s.
And by the way, Phil hasn't responded yet. So
he's thinking about it.
Right, drawing that line.
He's thinking. Phil, answer the question, Phil.
Phil, Switzerland.
Come on, Phil.
Go ahead. Jeff Hardy.
You're throwing me off here. Yeah, I've been watching Jeff Hardy for decades, pretty consistently, whether he was here, whether he's
consistently
in TNA,
drunk.
Wherever he was. And I could tell in recent weeks Jeff was off. I'm like, what's going on with Jeff? He seemed to have a very distant look in his face. And all of a sudden, there's this, you know. Jeff, for some reason, cannot stay sober for too long. I don't understand what the problem is.
Because
I really
when you
don't.
go down that road...
I don't get it. Is it because Matt got separated from him and now he's all by himself right now? And he's back to doing his habits. There's nobody to reel him in. What are you doing, Jeff?
What
are you doing?
All sorts of addictions happen. By the way, Phil says... Love you guys. I'm thinking Benoit did it.
Thank you,
You
Phil.
shouldn't be thinking. You should say
oh,
he
stop
did
it. He's saying that. Don't make him like, yes, Benoit did it.
That's what you say.
He's saying
yes,
there.
and burn in hell.
By the way, why the is that book on the desk again? Why the was that book on the desk again?
I'm sorry.
Jesus
it's got so life.
Christ.
It comes floating back
I
after
see
you
that.
leave.
Oh, look at it. Woo! Wants to come back again. This is unbelievable.
It's floating
Doesn't
in the
he know
air.
It's washed up and done? Stay over there.
All right, welcome back to
What the The thing came back. The freaking book levitated and came back on the table.
I told you, it's got a life
of its own. But it sucks. Why does it keep coming back? Stay over there!
I'll tell you, that book gets more exercise than the guy who wrote it.
That guy doesn't get any exercise. The hell are
You think?
About? Unless it's powerlifting a donut to his face. The hell are you talking
So, Pharaoh, we're going to talk about the top 10 couples in wrestling. But I want to ask you...
Wait. Can I have one question
Sure.
before we talk? Why? I hate this.
You hate this.
Of course I hate this. The 10 couples in wrestling.
Romance and wrestling, baby. Romance and
wrestling. All right. Okay, Mike. Let's do it.
But let me... I'm gonna ask you. I'm going to name a couple of couples. First of all,
in the Pharaoh's... Couple
of couples.
Felix and Oscar?
That would be one.
Lamont and Fred?
That would be two.
Okay. All right. Ralph and Alice?
Ralph and Alice,
Yeah.
3.
Edith and Archie?
Edith and Archie.
Yeah.
Richie and his brother, what the name
Richie
was?
and his brother Chuck?
Chuck, yeah, Richie and Chuck.
They weren't a couple for one episode.
So
see you
let me-
later, Richie.
let me ask you
See
this.
you later, Chuck. Yeah, what do you got?
Who do you think was the best couple in the history of wrestling?
Elizabeth and Macho Man. It's the only
You
thing
answered that pretty quick.
Yeah, it's Elizabeth and Macho Man, in my opinion. I mean, on screen, sure. Bubba Ray and Velvet Sky. Man, oh man, I never understood that one.
Well, you don't have to understand anymore. You kicked that fat to the curb.
Yeah, I never.
Bubba
I
Ray!
never understood that
You're
one.
out of here, boy.
Yeah, I mean, you don't look at him and go, "Wow, he's hot."
No, you know what
what's
I'm
the
thinking?
Story?
I'm thinking she's like, I really like him, and then after a couple of years of hearing that guy putting himself over, well, he probably puts himself over in the bedroom.
Yeah, right. Man, was I great!
I was great, Velvet!
great.
Oh, yeah, you love this, don't you? I'm the best!
Velvet, get the condoms. What? What? Get the condoms right through the table. What?
Singer says AEW marks a delusion of Velvet. Get the condoms. Velvet, get the condoms.
Yeah, pretty much. Wouldn't that be funny if Devo was in the corner of the room? It's like, Devo, what are you doing here? I figured you might need a table spot. You know what I mean?
Devon, sit and watch because I'm the best at everything. Watch me screw Velvet, and you can bring that home to your wife because I'm Bubba Ray Dudley.
With LaGreca refereeing
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. You can't put that in an armbar. That's a wiener.
LaGreca, no matter what
great.
Bubba Ray says,
That's great.
right?
Yeah.
Because you don't have a visual, so when
Right.
you listen, but
Right.
no matter what Bubba Ray says, this is LaGreca. Oh, Bubba, you're so funny. I told you,
Oh,
Dave,
man.
I'm the greatest. Just ask Velvet.
Oy.
I know everything.
That's rough,
I'm
man.
Bubba Ray Dudley. At number 10.
Oh, we're going to start now with these great glamorous couples? This
Yeah,
is
here
the
we go.
10 greatest of all time?
No.
Or currently? These are ones who are together right now. This 10 list. I
Yes,
think
this
so.
is come together
Yeah,
right
okay.
now.
All
yes.
right, so here's the current 10 most...
At number 10, Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella.
I like them together. I think that they're a good combo together. I can't believe you have me commenting on like this. I actually think that they're a good couple, and they seem like good people. I've always liked Brie a hell of a lot more as a person than I've liked Nikki, from what I know,
Right.
which ain't much because I don't know them personally. But from what I've seen, I think Brie is pretty cool, and I kind of like Daniel Bryan as a person. He's fairly mellow. You know, I would probably smoke a spliff with him, although he's a weirdo. He loves nature, but he probably doesn't smoke pot, which makes him weird in my mind, but that's okay. Okay.
Number 9, Bianca Belair and Montez Ford.
Why do I like this couple?
I love this couple,
I like this
bro.
couple, and honestly, I think they'll be together for a very long time.
They really seem
They seem to truly
like
dig each other.
They do.
Right? And it's a good relationship.
and they look good together.
Boy,
when you're a
boy,
couple,
they're both great in the ring too. Like,
Dude.
can I be a mark for a second?
Yeah.
What great wrestlers these
They
two
are.
are. Montez Ford's
but
insane.
in any
know?
relationship,
Built
the
like a
scale
tennis
has
player,
the,
but
scale
insane.
has to be even.
Yeah.
So, like, honestly, Bubba Ray is like kind of macho-ish, I guess.
he's rough
and Velvet
he's
is
rough
hot.
and rugged.
Velvet's hot, but they don't look good together.
No.
They look like some fat toad and a hot chick, right? The two couples we just named, they good together.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
They make, I mean,
they're good matches,
They
yeah.
are
Yeah,
great
they're good
matches.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
All right, this one I know you probably hate.
Can't believe
Number
I'm
8,
doing this.
Cody Rhodes and Brandy Rhodes. Maria Davis, very handsome, very attractive. Totally agree. While the Pharaoh throws up over the Rhodes family.
Well, it's not that. It's Brandy. I'm sorry. Brandy's beautiful and all that other good stuff, but
it's not that stupid tattoo Cody has on his neck.
No, I don't. You know what? That is a stupid tattoo. I agree with that.
Which is worse,
it's a stupid
Brooks
tattoo.
Pepsi tattoo or the Dustin Rhodes? Not Dustin
Cody.
Rhodes. Cody Rhodes.
I'm gonna go with the Pepsi.
Red, white, and blue.
I'm gonna go with the Pepsi logo because
Over the neck tattoo?
I'll tell
This
you
is
why.
worse than that.
I'll tell you why. Because not only is it a Pepsi logo, first of all, what are you doing? I mean, what am I gonna get Mountain Dew on my leg? You know what I mean?
Wow.
Number one. Number two, it looks like.
It doesn't.
It's like, dude, who's your tattoo on? It's some blind dude who's taking acid? I mean, it looks terrible.
All right, but this
Terrible
Cody
tattoo.
and Brandy, again, they look good together.
Yeah, they do.
They
Physically. But I just can't.
And Cody's a good wrestler.
Cody's fine. This is not about Cody. Every time I see Brandy, I'm like, you don't belong in this business. I don't give a damn.
Understood.
I just feel that way with Brandy. I don't know why. I mean, she's gotten a little better over the course of time, but she can't even light a table on fire correctly. She burns her husband. Guy gets lit on fire. Did you see all the things down his back? Brandy, is a
This is
wrestling
true.
cluster to me, but that's just me.
All right, number 7, Edge and Beth Phoenix.
I dig this couple. This is a surprising couple,
ESO
by the
says
way.
his tattoo sucks. It does,
Hit
buddy.
that tattoo is over.
Luce says Cody's ink is cringe. Hell yeah, it is.
Yeah. Cody's neck thing is right up there.
Oh, wait a minute, Jimmy Fingers. Dan Marotti and Tony Atlas's wallet.
What a bitter divorce that was.
Oh.
That was a rough thing, those two.
And again, a little.
And you know what I heard? I heard the wallet filed for an order of protection. The wallet.
That is-
Because
that
the
is
wallet
true.
was like, stop molesting me.
By the way, Lou says Brandy is a dish.
Yeah, Brandy's beautiful. I'm not going to say she's
All
not.
right,
She's
back
gorgeous.
to Edge and Phoenix.
You know, I've always found this to be a surprising couple.
Really?
Because, okay, if I can be candid, I don't find Beth Phoenix attractive.
Wow.
She's like, she's got an amazing body and everything, but she's so big, muscle-bound, Edge could date a porn star if he wanted. Edge could date a stripper, whatever you want. Or the most beautiful girl in the world. Edge could date, the most ladylike. Edge could have them all. So I always found this to be an interesting couple. However, they obviously love each other very much. So thumbs up to them.
Here's what I like about that.
You're asking me. This
Here's
is
what I
think.
like about that couple.
Yeah.
Beth Phoenix to me seems like a down-to-earth,
She's
normal
cool.
human being.
She's cool.
If you notice,
She's
she
cool.
puts
Very
on a
talented.
little weight. She gets a little heavy.
Right.
And and
Then she
I-
works
I
it
don't-
off.
And then she works it off,
No,
just like
she's
everybody
cool.
else does. A lot of
Right.
people in life.
Listen, I'm not
But
saying she's unattractive. She just doesn't do it
No,
for
I get
me.
it. They're
I
not
always thought she was
they're not
a little,
a power. Sometimes they're probably not the best-looking couple together.
Right.
But I got to tell you, I love that couple.
Right. I always found it surprising, and there must be real love going on there. They've been together quite a while
Guys,
now.
you'd never realize that I got the Pharaoh to sit here and talk
This
about
is killing me
couples.
that you're doing this to me. I feel like
You're doing very good on it.
I can't stand myself.
Now,
for
this is a great-looking couple. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
Number 6, Jimmy Uso and Naomi.
Boo. But yay for them. That's fine.
Maria
I can't-
Davis, cute couple, very personal. Totally agree.
Yeah, they're fine together. Obviously, they dig each other. But could somebody do something about Jimmy always getting in trouble? I mean, Naomi, could you stop your husband from
get him
getting
a
in
little
so
bit.
much trouble?
Yeah, sure.
That worries me.
Dude, I got to tell you, I
But they're obviously a
find
good couple. I mean-
Naomi so attractive, dude. I mean, out of this world attractive.
Interesting.
Very
Tell me why.
beautiful lady. She's just sexy, man. Everything about her is sexy. And Uso, I got to be honest with you, he's a good-looking guy.
Yeah,
He's
not
a
bad.
very good.
he's
Like
not bad.
they're a power. That's a power couple right there.
right.
They look good together.
Right.
They're a good match.
Interesting.
If anything about Total Divas was true, they seem
Which I
like they
never
got
watched,
along
so-
really well.
Right. Okay.
But
You see them being together 20, 30, 40 years from now?
I do.
Interesting.
do.
Then that's all that really matters.
I see.
That's all that really matters for any of these
This
these
is true.
couples.
This is true. At number 5, we've got Miro and Lana.
Another couple that I never quite understood, almost like Edge and Beth Phoenix in reverse. Lana is obviously drop dead gorgeous. Wowsy wow. There's nobody she couldn't have if she didn't feel, if she felt like it. You, and you. Miro, big giant caveman. Not really sure, but I know that absolutely turns some women on to have big giant caveman, and that's kind of cool. So, but I always thought that this was a strange couple.
When I look at that couple, Jimmy,
I do not see them together a billion years from now. I don't know why. I just don't. But we'll see what happens. They've made it this far, so who knows?
I see a woman that's very smart, very attractive, gorgeous,
She's
and
drop-dead
I
gorgeous.
see, like you said, macho man, but who loves his woman.
Yeah, he does.
And
He's
to
very
me,
funny. The one thing I do remember from those shows is he was trying to teach her a lesson about how she barely wears clothes. So he went out on the lawn and mowed the lawn in the
And so
thong.
yep.
That was some funny. That's
Roy
like-
Batiste says, someone
funny.
take Jimmy Uso's keys on New Year's Eve. I
Yeah,
think you may be right,
please,
sir.
and take them the other 364 days too.
All right, number 4, Renee Young, John Moxley.
Wow, what an interesting couple. I like this couple on the surface. I'll tell you that. I do.
Jimmy Fingers, Dawn Marie, and Al Wilson.
Okay.
Come on, man. Oh, my God. Do you remember that? Holy
Yes,
shit.
I
I forgot
do.
all about
I
that, Jimmy.
do remember that. Boy, was that bad.
PJ, Mr. Mick Foley, and Mr. Sacco.
They were a couple? Mr. Sacco.
That's right. Mr. Sacco got sticky every so often.
Yeah.
Got hard.
How you doing? That's bad.
Moxley, Renee Young.
I like this couple. I've always liked Renee Young. I think she's extremely cute. John Moxley is, not a bad-looking guy. You'd probably rip into him, but I don't think he's a bad-looking guy. I wonder though. They've been tested quite a bit already with the relationship. I mean, you had him leaving and her staying, and now she's gone, and now he's in rehab and all this other stuff. Interesting. I'm not sure where to put them though. How come you have them ranked so high? I get this is more for profile, right?
I think
that makes sense because they are a very high profile.
They're very high
couple
profile.
Right now. Yeah,
if
sure.
all the couples we've
Do you
named,
see them lasting?
No. This is the
Yeah,
one
I worry about that one. Yeah, I could.
They're
see
not going to last.
And it'll be Renee that breaks it off.
Renee will end it. Number 3. Love this couple. Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins.
Great couple. Can't wait to see them on screen together.
That's what they're missing.
We talked about that. Yeah, I want to see the two of them heel up and just drive everybody crazy.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I want to see them
Seth
heel.
and Becky heel together.
Absolutely. Just drive both divisions absolutely insane.
How great would that be?
And do lots of promo work and lots of, yeah.
I agree
absolutely.
with you.
Give me more. And give me more of Seth Rollins any day. I'm sorry. And for those of you who hate Seth Rollins, that's his job. He's doing it well.
And I got to tell you, I don't know Seth Rollins personally, but I get a good vibe from him that he's just really a good guy.
I love Seth Rollins. I'm a huge fan of Seth Rollins and have been for years. He is fantastic.
And I got to be honest with you, I don't think Becky's far off from the image that she puts on TV. I think she's a little full of herself.
Interesting, very interesting. Becky's awesome. Becky's a great.
All right, here's a superpower couple at number 2.
Okay.
Miz and Maurice.
Love this couple. I love this couple. They're entertaining as hell. I mean, even that dopey TV show they got. You might catch me on there for 5 minutes. I might actually stay for 5 minutes because what is it about Maurice that just drives me nuts? She's so hot. What is going on there?
She's just cool.
Is that the
and
accent?
She's smart.
Is it the accent?
The accent.
Though?
She's smart.
Interesting.
I gotta tell you,
is she like way above the Miz though? Like, what are you doing with the Miz, or is Miz good looking guy?
I think the Miz
good looking guy.
Miz is entertaining in wrestling, and I bet she's just as entertaining to her at home.
Yeah, probably. What about his goofy father?
The goofy father rules, dude, with his
long hair.
He's
hilarious. Oh my God.
Maria Davis says, "I like them, Becky and Seth." Absolutely.
Oh, Becky and Seth.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I'm a big Maurice fan.
Yeah, me too. And I love the Miz with Maurice. I feel like the only time I can really look at the Miz as a main eventer is when she's with him.
Yeah,
I love the two
You could
of them
see
together.
the difference when she was
There's
out
a
with
huge
him,
difference when he's
with Edge, and then he was away. Yeah, I
when
agree.
she's
Great
next
point.
to him, that guy, you could see him being a world champion. You know what I mean? They're great together. Absolutely great.
And number 1, power couple.
Oh, this is so obvious.
Stephanie McMahon and Triple H.
Sure. The big time. Although I wonder.
And they
right
look
now-
good together.
Yeah, they do. They actually are fit for each other, and they always have been. Although he had to knock her out and marry her in a drive-thru in Vegas, that was kind of rough.
That was rough.
Oh, wait a minute, was that real?
Dude, what are your feelings about Triple H right now? Do you think this is
Worried.
a lot worse than
Worried,
that
we
very
know
worried,
what's
and
going on? Also angry for him. I don't want to sound like one of them idiotic marks on the internet, but I am angry with what, he got ill, and Vince has wrecked NXT, and I'm not happy about that. He's like he undid all of Triple H's hard work. I have a problem with that. I am worried about Triple H. Where is he? He's had nothing to say. He's been lying very low, and apparently he was very, very ill.
I'm thinking
I'm
worried. I'm thinking he took a massive heart attack.
I mean, it's
and again, this is a purely speculation.
He might have. I mean, it's gotten to the point now where Triple H is so quiet that now you're reading that Nick Khan's going to run it when Vince steps away. He's going to give it to Nick Khan to run the business and let the wrestling people do the booking and write the shows and stuff. But Nick Khan's going to, not Stephanie, not Triple H, Nick Khan.
Let's get ready to rumble!
All right, head-to-head between Wolfie D and Jamie Dundee. So the Pharaoh's going to give the rules as we're going to measure these two pro wrestler superstar and see which one is the best. Pharaoh, go ahead.
I don't remember the rules. All right, let me try to remember. Okay, folks, we got 5 different categories for head-to-head as we have done in the past. Category number 1. Mic skills. How do you speak to the audience? Are you engaging? Is it something that you can, get a grip and bring the ratings up with the communicative powers of your mic skills? Okay. Number 2 is mat skills. Mat skills. Are you good in the ring? Are you bad in the ring? Are you engaging in the ring? Do you even know how to put on an arm bar? If you know how to do things, stay there! If you know how to do those sorts of things, then obviously you are a champion of mat skills. Category number 3, The back of the baseball card. One of my favorite things, your resume. Am I going to hire you to flip burgers and take orders at the drive-thru, or are you basically going to be throwing out the trash? What do you think? Category number 4, the it factor. Are you Hogan, or are you SH in front of the IT? You do the math, folks. And what's the final thing? The impact on the industry?
Impact on the industry.
What sort of footprint have you left?
That's
Or if
right.
you're Rikishi, what sort of print have you left
There you go.
on the business?
Very good.
So there it is. We're going to take the 2, put them together, and do the 5 subjects and
glad I
see who
come
the
back.
winner is. Is that thing coming back?
No, it's
All
dead.
right, that's good. That's good.
Oh, I'm glad.
Mike skills. Wolfie or Jamie?
So to me, it's pretty close. Wolfie's got some really decent mic skills going through the industry, but then Jamie, on the other hand, is a little bit more entertaining on the mic, I think. I'm gonna go with Jamie on this one.
I'm gonna agree with that. I'm going with Jamie. You know what's interesting though? Wolfie gave such a good interview. It's almost like I saw things that we never saw when he was wrestling. But I have to give that to Jamie. Jamie's got the gift of gab, and it's very obvious, and he's very gifted with his mic skills. Very gifted. So I don't even think it's necessarily close on this one. How about Matt's skills? Want me to go first?
Yes, please.
Well, I have to go with Jamie on this one because, he's got the family bloodline and his repertoire was more all around fluid, but I got to go with Jamie on that one. What do you think on the Matt skills?
I'm gonna go with Wolfie on this. I think
Okay,
Wolfie
that's
was
fine.
more the pure wrestler, where Jamie was more the gimmick wrestler.
Interesting,
I don't think it's
interesting.
necessarily a blowout. I think I can't disagree with you for
No,
going
I don't.
with Jamie.
Not with Matt skills. It's not.
Yeah,
This is a tough one,
I
but I'm
think
going to
it's a
go with
tough
the
one.
Dundee on that.
All right,
one,
so
but-
you got Dundee by 2-0. I've
Right.
got it tied 1-1.
You got 1-1.
Next,
Okay. Well, how about back of the baseball card? I'm going with Wolfie on this one.
I'm gonna go with Wolfie on this one too.
I'm going with Wolfie on this one. Wolfie had a few more belts. I mean, he was the USWA heavyweight champion. For some reason, that never wound up on Jamie's waist. I'm not sure why. And also, Wolfie was an NWA tag team champion at one point. So I'm going to give it to Wolfie. I think Wolfie's got the better back of the baseball card, oddly enough.
I'm going with Wolfie too. So you got Wolfie, you got Jamie 2-1,
Right.
and I've got Wolfie 2-1.
Wow.
So
this is
we're
getting
split,
interesting.
which usually
Okay.
doesn't happen.
Yeah, no, that's good. So what are the last two? It Factor?
Yeah.
I got to go with Jamie.
Oh yeah.
I think Jamie has more of an it
that
factor.
That to me is probably the bigger distance.
I got to go with Jamie on that one. Right, and the last one is the impact on the industry. I got to be honest. I don't feel that either one of them has really an edge on the other one on that one. I mean, impact on the industry. You're talking like Roddy Piper. Impact on the industry. You're talking Hulk Hogan. Impact on the industry. Kenny Omega. Whether we love him or not, the guy's had an impact on the industry,
Sure.
especially nowadays with today's landscape. I'm going to give them a draw because they were a team most of their career, and they shared the success together equally. In my mind, whatever they did together for the most part. I'm going to have to give that one a draw. So I got Jamie winning 3-1-1.
And I'm
where
gonna
are you at?
go with Jamie on impact of the industry, right?
Interesting.
So
Okay.
that puts Jamie 3-2. So
Okay.
the winner of this is
Jamie Dundee. And I'm comfortable with that.
All right, welcome back to Long Island's number.
back. It's back. It's back again. Excuse me, folks. Oh!
Are you okay?
No! Hi. Go on. Carry
Are you
on.
okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What happened?
I don't know. I elbow dropped it. It's a hardwood floor. By the way, can I get medical from Vince? Thanks, Vince.
Is the book dead?
I hope so.